أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه الأخيار أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Inshallah, we continue our studies on مثلث قطرب نظم مثلث قطرب للمغربي. We ended on bait number 34. So we are picking from 35 to 44. So that will be 10 abiyat, inshallah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That will be 10 abiyat as we've promised to be doing, inshallah. So let's take from 35. It says, أظلك للمرء اللحى وكشرة العود اللحى وجمع لحية لحى بالضم والكسر حبي القسط جور رفضا والقسط عدل فرضا والقسط عود مرتضى لعرفه المطيب العرف ريح طيب والعرف صبر يندب والعرف أمر يجب عند ارتكاب الريب أو عند ارتكاب الذنب لجنة كل لمة وشعر رأس لمة وجمع ناس لمة ما بين كهل وصبي. Here also we have ما بين شخص وصبي. المسك جلد يا غلام والمسك من طيب الكرام والمسك بلغة الطعام تكفي الفتى من نشبي. Okay, let's pick from above. It says أظلك للمرء اللحى. And when we say adl means to rebuke somebody. He says adl bimana lu'um, to rebuke somebody, reproach somebody. When somebody does something bad and you say bad words or you kind of speak hard language to the person, you call it adl. It says adluka lil mar'i. You rebuking somebody is called allaha. So allaha bimana adl, al-adl. Okay. We find this meaning of adl in the abiyat of Al-Farahidi, Al-Khalil ibn Ahmad Al-Farahidi, the one who brought the science of Arabic poetry. The Arabic poetry was there, but to make it a science, to bring out the meters of the Arabic poetry to be studied, was done by Al-Khalil ibn Ahmad Al-Farahidi, popularly known as Al-Farahidi, Faraday somehow. When he was bringing out this science of poetry, we call something التقطيع العروضي like breaking down an Arabic poem into sounds. He was sitting down creating the signs. So you hear something like fa'ulun, mafa'ilun, something like that. He was creating something like, so it sounded very strange. And when the boy came inside, his son came in and saw the father doing stuff, weird stuff like that, writing weird stuff. And if you know the science of Arabic poetry, you get what I'm talking about. The awzan are written by dashes with zeros. So dashes represent where there is a vowel, zeros represent where the letter takes on, and he created this whole weird stuff. Like the electronics, the way electronics write. They bring a dash, a line to represent where there is current, and they bring a zero to represent where there is no current. So Al-Khalil was doing something like this, and the son came inside and saw the father, and he went out shouting that his father is mad. So when he went out doing this and they came inside to check whether the father is really mad, they came and realized that the father is very okay. And then the father asked why, and they said, your son said you are going mad. And he said this. This is the narration. This is actually a side something, but very important to our knowledge. So when they told him your son said you are going mad, he he said this abiyat to the son. He said, لو كنت تعلم ما أقول عذرتني. لو كنت تعلم ما أقول عذرتني. If you knew what I was saying, عذرتني بالراء عذرتني, you would have pardoned me. If you knew what I was saying, you would have pardoned me. You wouldn't go saying I'm mad. أو كنت تعلم ما تقول عذلتك. عذل باللام عذلتك. Or if you knew what you were saying, I would have rebuked you. I would have reproached you. لكن جهلت مقالتي فعذلتني. But then you are ignorant of what I was saying and you reproached me. You went out saying bad stuff about me. وعلمت أنك جاهل فعذرتك. And I knew that you are ignorant of what I was doing, so I pardoned you. So we have two words here, adhara and then adhala. Adhala is our word here in bayt number 35. Adhala, to reproach. Adhara, to pardon. Okay, it says لو كنت تعلم ما أقول عذرتني أو كنت تعلم ما تقول عذلتك لكن جهلت مقالتي فعذلتني وعلمت أنك جاهل فعذرتك. You can search on this bite. So it says عذلك للمرء, you reproaching somebody, the action of reproach is allaha. But it has been said that the right language to be used here is liha'u. Liha'u bil kasr. But here, Maghribi, Qutrub brought fatha instead. So he said, Allah is al-adl. But then it has been said that it's actually al-liha'u, which means al-adl, which means the reproach. We can keep both. And he says, wa kishratul udi. When we say kishratun, you mean the back of something, the peel of something. So kishratul udi, al-ud is stick. When we say kishratul udi, al-liha, hamza is at the end. Al-liha, but then because of the meter of the poem, the hamza has been taken off. Wa kishratul udi al-liha'u. Okay, kishra, as I've said, is the peel of something. So orange, the back of the orange or the peel of the orange is called kishr. Okay. So here, kishratul ud is the back of a wood or the back of a stick. It's called al-liha'u. Okay. Now, if you have this, if you want to get a clear example of this, you look at this. What is this thing even called? It's put in tea. Cinnamon sticks. Check on cinnamon sticks and you see how it is. It is the back of a wood that has been taken off and dried. So that is the same thing. It's a kishratul ud, al-liha. Okay. And then again we have وَجَمْعُ لِحْيَةٍ لُحَى. The plural of beard. Lihya is beard. Its plural is luha. Okay. Now, we have, when it has fatha, allaha, it refers to reproach. When it takes kasra, alliha, it means the back of a wood. B-A-R-K, the back of a wood. When it has dhamma, luha, that is the plural of lihya, beard. Okay, it says bidhammi wal kasri hubi. Ay bimana, the plural we can say luha and then we can say liha. We can give it dhamma, we can give it kasra. But it has been said that the kasra is actually what goes with language. What goes with surf, morphology. The kasra, liha, is the plural of lihya, preferably. But then the Arabs were also saying loha. It was heard from the Arabs. So even though it doesn't go with the meters of Arabic poetry or meters of Arabic language morphology, even though it doesn't go with the morphology very well, since the Arabs were heard using it, it's accurate. So we can say loha for the plural of beard, and we can say liha for the plural of beard. Both are okay. Okay, and it says al-qastu jawrun rufida. Qast بفتح القاف means injustice or oppression. That is jawrun. When we say jawrun, we mean oppression or injustice. Rufida, it has been something that is rejected. So he says al-qastu, the word qastu refers to injustice, and injustice is marfud. That is, people hate it. Wal-qistu, bikasr al-qaf, means justice. So you realize that when the qaf has fatha and when the qaf has kasra, these are opposites. Al-qastu is injustice. Al-qistu is justice. So it says al-qistu adlun furida. Al-qistu is justice that has been um, kind of prescribed. Furida, that has been made compulsory. That is, justice is compulsory. One has to do it. It says, Inna Allah yuhibbul muqsitin. Muqsitin is from the verb aksata, and aksata is one of its ismu masdar. Its verbal nouns is qist, bikasr al-qaf. So where Allah says, Inna Allah yuhibbul muqsitin, it refers to the qist, justice. God Almighty loves those who are just. But then also we see, وَأَمَّا الْقَاسِطُونَ فَكَانُوا لِجَهَنَّمَ حَطَبًا. As for those who are unjust, they will become firewoos for hellfire. Okay, that is from qastu. وَأَمَّا الْقَاسِطُونَ is from qastu, injustice. Take note of it. Al-qastu is the opposite of al-qistu. And then we have al-qustu. He said, udun murtada. Murtada bimana mukhtar. Something that has been chosen, something that people like. You chosen an option, a choice. Wal-qustu udun murtada li'arfihi al-mutayyabi. Okay. He says, al-qustu is udun, is a stick. Murtada, that has been chosen. That is a chosen stick, a selective stick, not just any stick. Why is it chosen? لِأَرْفِهِ الْمُطَيَّبِ, due to its nice smell, due to its nice fragrance. Al-mutayyab is nice. And then arf is fragrance or sweet smell. So if it says لِأَرْفِهِ al-mutayyabi, due to its nice smell or due to its sweet scented-ness. So al-qust is said to be from India. There are some sticks that have good smell, and I don't know if they are put in fire or something, and then the smell comes out. Kind of, you burn it and then it gives you this smell, or it's made into powder and then it gives you a very nice smell. It says wal-qustu udun murtada, ay wal-qustu udun mukhtarun لِأَرْفِهِ الْمُطَيَّبِ, due to its sweet-scented-ness. And it says al-arfu. But when we give okay, now we've gotten qastu bil fatha, qistu bil kasra, qustu bil dhamma. Now we come to, it says al-arfu rihun tayyibi. Now you see that the ending of the previous bait number 38, it said li-arfihi al-mutayyabi. Now the same arf started the bait number 39. He says al-arfu rihun tayyibu. Arf is a sweet smell, a sweet scent. Rihun tayyibu, a sweet air, a sweet wind, or a nice scented wind, or a nice scented smell. So when we say arf, we mean the nice scent or nice vapor you get from something. It's wal irfu bil kasr, bi kasr al ain. Wal irfu sabrun yundabu. Irf is patience. Irf bimana sabr, basically. Yundabu is from nadaba to that is prescribed, something that is advised. When we say an-nudb is like an-nush. If I suggest something for you, it is called an-nudb. We have it in fiqh a lot, an-nudb wal-irshad. Okay. So if I suggest something to you, it's called an-nudb. That is, I tell you this is good, that is good, you have to stick to that. Okay. And then it says, وَالْعِرْفُ صَبْرٌ يُنْدَبُ. Irf is actually a patience that is advised to us. One is advised to have such patience. Okay. And then also we have, so that is kasr al-ain. Then we come to al-urfu amrun yajibu. Urf is something like tradition. Urf bimana tradition or custom. It says amrun yajibu. Urf is something that is necessary in irtikabi dhanbi, when one commits a crime. And also we have our text here has in irtikabi riyabi. When you do something that is suspicious, the laws that are supposed to be applied and all that, they are called al-urf. Basically, al-urf is what? Custom. But then urf also has a lot of meanings. We have to look at it because we are studying this to get a healthy understanding of the Quran. We have urf bimana ma'ruf, bimana ihsan, goodness, doing good. Okay, so if I say something like, and also we have wal mursalati urfa. Also, there are a lot of meanings that have been given, but then some have said that bimana mutatabi'a, wal mursalat mutatabi'a, it follows one another. So we have to get all those meanings. But the meaning in this text is custom, urf, and it can also mean ma'ruf, wa'mur bil urf. I command people to do good. We can take it in that meaning. Okay. We have the bait number 41. لِجِنَّةٍ كُلْ مَسٌ. لِجِنَّةٍ كُلْ لَمَّا. لِجِنَّةٍ كُلْ لَمَّا. Now, لِجِنَّةٍ here means, jinnah is for jinns, jinn. As we have min al-jinnati wan nas. Okay. So, lijinnati here means when a jinn affects someone, attacks someone, that attack from the jinn is called what? Lamma. In Arabic, we say it is masu shaitan or masul jinn. A touch of the jinn is called lamma. Okay. And then also, we say asabathu min al-jinni lamma. Asabathu min al-jinni lammatun. But then also, this abiyat, for the lamma, you see that all the endings are how. They don't have dot. They are actually lammatun, limmatun, lummatun. They have the dot. They are supposed to have it. But because it's a poem, that's why they come as how. So if a jinn affects someone or attacks someone, it's called lamma. Shaitan himself is called lamma, because of the touches and the waswas he does with people's minds, the touches that he does to people. Okay, and the word jinnah, actually, we have am yakuluna bihi jinnah. Jinnah can refer to madness, as they were referring to the Prophet, that am yakuluna bihi jinnah. Are they saying that he has some madness? Okay, and jinnah can refer to the jinn, as we have min al-jinnati wan nas, if that explanation holds. Okay, and then we have junnah, which is kind of a barrier between you and anything else. You can say a protective shield. You can say a guard, a security. Okay. We have it in the Quran. Something about aymanihim junnatan. اتخذوا أيمانهم جنة فصدوا عن سبيل الله. Something like that. They've taken their oath as a guard. In that meaning, you can search on the verse, اتخذوا أيمانهم جنة. They've taken their oath as a guard between them. So we have Junnah, Jinnah. Jannah is, of course, garden or heaven. Okay, so it's also a Muthallath. Jannah, Jinnah, Junnah. Okay, so it says lijinnatin kul lamma. When a jinn attacks someone, or basically you can say lammatun is ay masul jinn, a touch of the jinn. Wa sha'aru ra'sin limmatun. But if you are reciting the bait, wa sha'aru ra'sin limma. Sha'ru ra'sin here is referring to a wig, W-I-G, a wig is called limmatun, as the dictionary defines it as sha'run musta'arun, a borrowed hair, which is a wig. And it's basically, limmatun is also basically a hair that is longer than the ear level, almost to the shoulder level. It's longer than, it comes down the ears, almost to the shoulder level. It's called limma. Okay. And again we have wajam unasin, and a grouping of people is called lummatun. Lumma. Wajam unasin lumma. Ma bayna kahlin wasabi. Kahl is somebody of middle age or old age. Wasabi is a child. Basically, why he brought ma bayna kahlin wasabi, he's trying to tell us that all kinds of people. When we say lumma, we mean a group of people, male, female, small children, middle age, old age, all together. If they are grouped like that, we call it lumma, lummatun. So that's why it says wajam unasin lumma ma bayna kahlin wasabi. I have told you that, or if you look at the copy that I've shared, you see that at the end of it, a number is placed after the sobi, and at the end of the paper down there, you see that he has explained and saying that some copies have ma bayna shakhsin wa sobi. If you look at the videos available on YouTube that is being recited, particularly the one Sheikh Okasha Kameni recited, you realize that he said ma bayna shakhsin wa sobi. But if you say ma bayna shakhsin wa sobi, it doesn't really stand, because kahlin wasabi, we are talking about group of ages